Today's names that I chose for you are two names, very famous names. Al-Hayy and Al-Qayoum. Al-Hayy wal-Qayoum. And the name Al-Hayy, Al-Hayy means the living, the living. Al-Qayoum has many meanings, and I will explain that tonight, inshallah. But we can choose now the name, the self-existing or the self-sustaining, okay? The name Al-Hayy came 5 times in the Quran. The name Al-Qayoum came 3 times in the Quran. But those 3 times, it came associated with the name Al-Hayy. Al-Qayoum did not come ever alone. It always came after the name Al-Hayy, 3 times. The first verse is the famous verse of Al-Kursi, Ayat Al-Kursi from Surah Al-Baqarah, verse number 255, Ayat Al-Kursi, one of the very important verses of the Quran, and all of the Quran is important, but this one especially is a very important verse from the Quran. It says, Allahu la ilaha illa huwa al-hayyul qayyum. Allah, there is no God but He, the living, the all-sustaining. لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم. Neither slumber overtakes him nor sleep. له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض. To him belongs all that is in the heavens and all that is on the earth. من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه. Who can intercede with him without his permission? يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء. He knows that what is before them and what is behind them, while they encompass nothing of his knowledge except what he wills. وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم. His kursi, it is translated by most translators, literal translation, his chair. But the word kursi, according to Ibn Abbas, and Ibn Abbas is a very important scholar of the Quran, according to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he called him Turjuman al-Quran, the interpreter of the Quran. He said Al-Kursi is the ilmullah, the knowledge of Allah. His kursi extends to the heavens and to the earth, and it does not weary him to look after them. He is the All-High, the Supreme. What we care about tonight in this verse is the first part that says, Allahu la ilaha illa huwa al-hayyul qayyum la ta'khudhuhu sinatu wa la nawm. Allah, there is no God but He, the living, the all-sustaining, neither slumber overtakes Him nor sleep. This is the first verse. The second one, and the way, by the way, as you see, the way I reflect upon the names of Allah is from the Quran. If I choose a name, I bring all the verses where this name was mentioned, and I start understanding the name from the context of the words of Allah, because this will be the best way to understand the names of Allah. The second verse is actually the second verse of Surah Ali Imran, and it says, Allahu la ilaha illa huwa al-hayyul qayyum. Allah, there is no God but He, Al-Hayy, the living, Al-Qayyum, the all-sustaining. The third verse, where Al-Hayy and Al-Qayyum also were mentioned, associated with each other, is in Surah Taha, verse number 111. It says, وَعَنَتِ الْوُجُوهُ لِلْحَيِّ الْقَيُّومِ وَقَدْ خَابَ مَنْ حَمَلَ ظُلْمًا All faces were humbled before Al-Hayy, the living, Al-Qayoum, the all-sustaining, and the loser will be the one who bears the burden of his injustice. The one who will be an oppressor or someone who practices injustices is a loser. So those are the three verses where Al-Hayy and Al-Qayoum came associated with each other. There are two other verses where the name Al-Hayy was mentioned without Al-Qayoum. I told you Al-Qayoum came 3 times and I mentioned them. Al-Hayy was mentioned 5 times. The fourth verse is the verse number 58 from Surah Al-Furqan, and it says, وَتَوَكَّلْ عَلَى الْحَيِّ الَّذِي لَا يَمُوتُ, and place your trust in the Hayy, in the living, who does not die. There are people who depend on others, on their parents or on others, and they are in trouble when they die. They were depending on someone who died. There are people who even depend on a ruler, and their future becomes depending on this ruler. When he dies, some of them have to flee, leave the country, thrown in jail by the next ruler, okay? So Allah here says, and place your trust and rely upon the living who does not die. So when you put your trust in him, when you rely on him, you are relying on someone who's living and he does not die. So your destiny is safe when you rely on him. The 5th verse, it says, هو الحي لا إله إلا هو فدعوه مخلصين له الدين الحمد لله رب العالمين. He is the living. There is no God but he. So worship him, making your submission exclusive for him. All praise belongs to Allah, the Lord of all the worlds. Okay. So let's speak a little bit about Al-Qayoum. Al-Hayy is very obvious, the living. It's the living against the dead. Life is against death. The living is against the dead. But Al-Qayoum, who attends here for Imam Qayoum? None? No one attends for him? Who attends for Imam Abdul Qayoum? See, yeah, you got it. I was trying to trick you. It is not allowed for anyone to be named or to name his son Qayyum. Neither defined with a the or without a the. Qayyum is a name for Allah alone. Like Rahman. No one is allowed to call himself or call his son Rahman. He has to be Abdul Rahman, the servant of the Rahman. Abdul Qayyum, the servant of the Qayyum. Actually, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam changed someone's name from Qayyum to Abdul Qayyum. He received a person and he asked about his name and the name of his servant. So he told him, my name is such and such. It wasn't a good name. So the Prophet changed his name because his name was against our aqidah, against the Muslim beliefs. And he told him, and what is your servant's name? He said, my servant is called Qayyum. He said, from now on, he is Abdul Qayyum. No one can be called Qayyum. Qayyum comes from Qayyam and Qa'im. A human being can be Qayyam or Qa'im, but only Allah is called Qayyum. What are the meanings of Qayyum? There are several meanings of Qayyum. Many Mufassirin said many different things, and the name Qayyum includes all of these meanings. Not one of them is right. No, all of them is actually right, but everyone mentioned a meaning. At-Tabari mentioned that Mujahid said, Mujahid is a very important Mufassir. Mufassir means interpreter of the Quran. Is a very important interpreter because he was the student of Ibn Abbas. So Mujahid said that Qayyum means Al-Qa'imu ala kulli shay, which means the supporter or the maintainer of everything. The one who takes care of everything. Actually, it comes from the word qayyim. You know, there's a very famous scholar, Hanbali scholar, called Ibn al-Qayyim. Ibn means son of. Al-Qayyim, it means the mayor. He was the son of the mayor. His father was not called Qayyim, by the way. His father's job was Qayyim al-Jawziyah, the mayor of, or the governor of Al-Jawziyah, a city called Jawziyah. So his father was the Qayyim of Al-Jawziyah, which means the one responsible for the matters of Al-Jawziyah. That's why he's called Ibn Qayyim al-Jawziyah. You can say Ibn al-Qayyim al-Jawziyah. It is Ibn Qayyim al-Jawziyah or Ibn al-Qayyim, the son of the governor or the son of the governor of Jawziyah. Okay? So anyway, the word Qayyim means the one who governs and takes care of things. So Ibn Abbas narrated that the Prophet ﷺ used to wake up at night and pray, tahajjud. And when he prays, he used to make this prayer, say this dua. Allahumma laka alhamdu anta nuru as-samawati wal ardi wa man fihinna. O Allah, to you be praise. You are the light of the heavens and the earth and whoever is in them. وَلَكَ الْحَمْدُ أَنْتَ قَيَّامُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَمَنْ فِيهِنَّ. And to you be praise, you are the Qayyam, not Qayyum, which is another form of Qayyum. But even a human being can be called Qayyam. You are the sustainer of the heavens and the earth and whoever is in them. So you see here the Prophet ﷺ, he wakes up at night and he goes to make wudu. And he stands up to pray while people are in their cozy beds. And he prays and he reminds himself that Allah is the sustainer of everything in the heavens of the earth. He is his own sustainer and the sustainer of the fish in the water, the sustainer of the birds in the sky, the sustainer of everything. You remind yourself with who you are talking to. The one that you need a lot from him. The one who is very merciful to you. The one who takes care of everything about you, who sustains you. If your heart stops beating, you die and you never worry about it. Who of us thought today about his heart? If it stops, you don't even. Who is taking care of this for you? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Same with your kidneys, same with everything.